What's good, beautiful Leo gang? Happy birthday, first and foremost. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. My name is Annie. If you're watching this, you resonate strongly with the sign of Leo. And we are in Leo season. How does it feel? You are the star, Leo, and that's how we like it, right? You are the sun. You are the sun in the sky. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to your August monthly tarot reading. These are messages that the universe wants you to see and hear in August. It doesn't necessarily mean everything will come into fruition or be manifested in August. That timeline is up to you. Everybody's timeline is a little bit different, but the messages are for the collective sign of Leo or whoever happens to watch this video, right? It doesn't have to be Leo, but generally that's what people are attracted to, so we'll see. The first, I'm going to say 2/3 of this will be career and finances because I only do career and finance readings once a month, so that is this video. The very end, I will cap off with some love messages for those who are interested. I will try and remember to timestamp it so those just looking for love messages can hop right to it. But yeah, stick around. Why not? We'll see what's going on for career, finances, and money. Welcome to the newbies. Happy you discovered my channel. For those who don't know, I do general messages here on YouTube, so that means not everything I say will resonate with every Leo out there. It's up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, but ultimately I ask that you only take away the messages that resonate with you, that serve you in some capacity, that motivate you, inspire you, confirm something you were thinking or feeling, or the opposite, illuminate you to something maybe you didn't see before. Those are my general rules. If it feels strange or foreign, release those messages, drop it like it's hot, assume it's going out to someone else who needs to hear it, but it might just resonate for you later on at a different date, so be open to that as well. Everything else you want to know about this video will be down in the description box below, including the decks I'm using, my social media, how to contact me for a personal, etc. Let's hop into your reading here. So career and finances, you're starting off with a very strong message here. Your card, the Strength card, which talks about, strength in business. Again, a card of Leo, the King of Wands, whether you're male or female. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So a new opportunity you're either extending to someone. If you are in a upper management superior role, you may be adding more people to your team. You may be recruiting more people to work on a project. Maybe it's a side hustle, whatever it is. There's new offers coming through and there's money attached to it, right? The Ace of Pentacles, very strong cards in terms of business and creativity. The King of Wands is tremendously spiritual too, so maybe you guys are doing something that's faith-based or something that makes you just feel spiritually alive. Maybe that's artistic, maybe that's financial, whatever it is for you, there's creativity and passion. Passion is key with the King of Wands, so whatever it is you're doing, you're going to enjoy it. With this, sometimes this is a card of like extreme sexuality, just for me as a reader. Not every tarot reader is going to tell you that. So if you're working with another fire sign, there may be some sort of love or romantic connection there too. Maybe you're literally working with your husband or your wife or your best friend, and there's also romance and sparks flying. It doesn't have to be that. In fact, I'm getting a message for you here about having to wrestle the deal. It's almost like if you're working on some sort of project or deal where you have to convince somebody to do it your way. It's like you're in it to win it. It's almost like a wrestling match. I think you're going to come out on top. These cards would indicate you're probably going to get your way, but there might be a little bit of a struggle or some obstacles, but it's saying ride it out, show up with courage, with determination, with strength, because you just, and I was going to say you just might get your wish. I think you will. Starting the reading off with those three cards, I'm like, damn, Leo, this looks really good. You might be working with another Leo. This could certainly be a time stamp, as we said, Leo season. You have an angel guide watching over you, particularly a mother figure, or some of you may have a mother who is a Leo. It doesn't have to be a spirit. It could be literally your mother. But there's a divine feminine nurturing energy watching over you. You may be picking up where your mother left off in something, so I don't know if you work in a similar field as your mother, or it may have to do with an inheritance, but something about your mother passes off something to you. That could have been a skill, a talent, a hobby. It could have been an item of sentimentality, a photo, whatever, a book, a recipe book, something like that. There's a strong connection to a mother or I want to say like a Leo divine feminine. It might be your best friend too. There might be a collaboration. Yeah, for a lot of you, there's like a written document or even something with I know this sounds weird, but like paper, almost like scrapbooks or photographs, or something is passed from, I'm sort of getting mother to child, and maybe you're the mother, Leo. Maybe you're writing a love letter to your child and letting them know how proud you are of them. Do you understand what I mean? It could be something like that. Some of you are absolutely getting a job offer, and it's like sign on the dotted line, sign the contract, the letter, right? It would be a very official document. It may even come via mail, like with an official postage stamp on it or something like that. Or it could be like very official HR documents if you're bringing people on board to your team. And yes, some of you are writing love letters, like by hand I'm getting. So it could even be you writing poetry or songs or something very, I don't even want to say creative, because it might be documents about the way you're going to structure your business, which I mean, I guess you could argue that's creative too. For some of you though, it's like an outpouring of the heart. It's so, okay, whatever your passion lies in or with whom, there's words that just come like rushing out of you, Leo. So in a sense, it's a love letter, even if it's not like the literal translation of that. Do you know what I mean? For some of you, it has to do with a Virgo. Some of you are writing a strongly worded letter to a Virgo. Maybe that's your boss. It could be an application that you're sending in. Or for others of you, you're having trouble with your marriage or with a partner. And whether or not you send this letter, it may actually be a very cathartic experience for you to purge everything that's kind of floating around in your subconscious, in your head, and your emotions, and just get it out on paper so you can literally see what you're looking at. And then I'm sort of getting, it's like you're going to add and subtract. You're going to take what's written on the document, your rough draft, just throwing down all the words and seeing what sticks, and then you're going to edit. So some of you might be writers, or writing something very important. Writing a book, writing a script, writing lyrics to a song, whatever that is. Yeah, some of you play piano. Piano is coming through here. Maybe your mother taught you piano. That may have to do with an inheritance of some kind, like you inherited a songbook or a piano book, or maybe your mother wrote you a song, or vice versa. I mean, it would be very kind of cute, But anyway, interesting message. All right, so that's one message coming through. There is money tied to that too. So even something that, again, if it's a sentimental object that was passed down to you, that's a sign. There's something about that object that has to do with your career. Maybe it's just like a little totem that's going to inspire you to chase your dreams, or something about that. Some of you are teachers. Did I say that already? I feel like I did. I always get that for you. Teachers and chefs and cooks for my Leo. Some of you want to work with animals. Some of you are going to be getting a cat. Potentially in Leo season. It's going to be your new best friend. You're going to be getting a cat. Maybe you're signing to, there's some cute message about adoption papers for a cat. And I actually don't know how that works, to be honest. I've never done that. But you might even be making something really cute for your child if you're adopting a pet. Making like a really... like a creative sticker book type thing about adopting a pet or something, and you're making it official and then giving it to your child. It's something really cute like that. Interesting. Okay. So then there's someone in your life that is holding you to a standard of the past, of who you used to be, and you've changed, but you're afraid to tell them. This could also be a romantic message, but I'm reading it through the lens of career. So I'm going to say coworker, boss, whoever, but you guys will know it might be romantic. There was a partnership in the past that worked. There was harmony. There was a good opportunity there. But one or both of you has significantly changed since then, but I'm hearing pigeonholed. So pigeon-held, however you want to say it. Of the last or previous version of yourself, when you're ready to grow and be someone else, or potentially work with someone else, there's like an awkward conversation. I'm not who I used to be, particularly for my females out there, right? Some of you are also being, what is the word? Not stereotyped, but overlooked because you are female. That's coming through here too. So there's a need to feel like you need to conform. And I feel like I gave a similar message to Cancer, and this is a card of Cancer. So it may have something to do with that. Or you may feel like you're being discriminated against for a lot of reasons. It may be because of, I heard religion. So I don't know, maybe that has to do with a family dynamic and a partner who's coming in of a different faith or a different religion. I don't know. But it may also be gender discrimination or ageism. You may be feeling like you're too old or you're too young among the group of people, and so you feel like you're not being handed the opportunities that you deserve because of that thing that makes you different. And there's a denial of it. In a sense, there's a need to want to disconnect from that identity because you feel like it's holding you back. But also the universe is saying you have to stick to your inner truth, to being who you really are. Even if that sets you aside as an outcast, it's because you're meant to stand out. You're not supposed to blend in with the crowd, Leo. You're meant to do something great. You're meant to tackle the status quo or the taboos. You're meant to go in there and get your hands dirty and reorganize the structure, to do something differently in a way it's never been done before. You got good things coming in. You have a lot of ideas. A lot of you are working with children. You're teaching children how to love themselves. You're empowering children, particularly children who have psychological issues or children who are children of divorce or children who are going through something that makes them feel, again, like outsiders or makes them feel very lost, very lonely. They sink into darker states in their head. You offer them like a nice gesture. You offer building blocks to help get them out of this mental prison because you show them compassion. You show them love. I'm sort of getting like big brothers, big sisters. Even if this isn't your job, some of you may volunteer to work with children. Or I will say even with pets. Same general message. You may help, I don't know how to phrase it, but animals that were taken away from their owner because of abuse situation, you may be the one to step in and give them a good home or give them before they get adopted, right? You house them for a bit, something about that. You help people who are weak, people who are afraid to exist in some way, or who are nervous, or who are really just stuck in life. You show them the light. You offer them, again, building blocks to help get them out of that scenario. Some of you are also needing to see someone who could do that for you, Leo. If that's your story where you're feeling like, I don't know who I am or what I want, I am being told I have to be this way, but I feel that way. Some of you may be coming out of the closet. You may be announcing not announcing, but coming out with your sexuality, your true identity. That is absolutely here. Some of you were raised in a household that was very strict or very religious or very traditional, and you're busting out. You're like, you know what? That's your story, Mom and Dad, but this is my story, and like I'm rewriting the history book. Some of you may be writing a letter to your mom or dad, right? Maybe you can't come out with vocally, you can't come out in spoken word, and so you're saying your piece in a letter where it's like you send it off and it's like the ball's in their court. Some of you feel like that's the only way you can get a word in edgewise, and again, some of you are filing documents with HR. I'm almost getting like harassment suits or something like that, in which case you're going to get a payout for it, Leo. So don't be the victim. Don't be silenced. Speak up for yourself. Advocate for yourself. Yeah, advocate for yourself, even if you have to do it in creative ways, I'll say, right? Maybe you can't march into your boss's office and file your complaint that way. There are ways to get around it. There are ways to do it. Step into your power, because a lot of you guys have a payout coming to you for some sort of injustice that happened. Again, I hate to focus on this because I don't feel comfortable with messages like this, but domestic abuse or something about even like emotional abuse, maybe that has to do with your child, maybe it has to do with your animal. And if it's not your message, don't make it your message. I never do fear-based readings, but you'll know if it's you. You may have been a victim of abuse as a child, and maybe that's what you're stepping up to do as an adult, is to be an advocate for children who don't have a voice. Ooh, I just got the chills. That's for a lot of you. Or someone in your circle, someone in your network. That might be someone you work with, and it's coming up in your reading for a reason. So for some of you, it may be someone that you have a relationship with. You're going to have a deeper relationship with once you get to know them. And again, I'm speaking strictly in terms of like business colleagues, but it could be that you work with someone and only know each other, on a surface level. As your bond deepens and grows, you may learn that they've had a very difficult or tricky past, and something about that inspires you to make a difference in the world, to change the lives of people who experience similar plight or hardship. Leo, these are like powerful messages. You're like, I'm coming in. All right, let's see. So let's move on to some new messages. Yeah, money actually looks pretty good for you guys. Self-made woman, self-made man, 9 of Pentacles. There's a tremendous sense of pride for everything that has been accomplished. It doesn't mean you're a cajillionaire, right? But money is okay. Money is good. Frequently, this card indicates I've done a lot by myself, but now I'm looking for, sometimes it can be romantic partnership, right? I'm looking for my 10 of Pentacles, which is family, generational, ancestry, like the aspects of growth throughout the years. Generational. It's frequently someone with children and parents and grandchildren and dogs that represent like loyalty, right? That's sort of what you're headed towards. So for a lot of my single Leos, you're looking for your person. And again, because it's coming up in your career spread, somewhere in your network of colleagues, there might be romantic potential, especially with a Cancer. You have 2 cards of Cancer. Sometimes this can be a card of Pisces as well. It's moon energy. You have a crush on someone, but you're silent. You're not advocating, or you're not speaking up, or you're potentially dealing with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, who's gone, I don't know if they've gone dark on you, but I don't know, like giving you the silent treatment, or they've gone cold on you, like you're questioning if there's love there, or if they're a loyal companion, if you're already with this person. Again, this could be business partnership. I'm not trying to read for love, but it is kind of, it's steering me in that direction. So hold on, let me, you have 2 sevens. So sevens in tarot, or for better or worse, they're always cards of assessment. They're not always negative. It's just stepping back to think. Here, it's probably thinking about your money, about your finances, about your pentacles, and then the cups represent your heart, your love, your emotion, maybe your spirituality. Again, there is a message here of breaking free from religious upbringing, or for lack of a better term, like a traditional upbringing. It could be right-wing, left-wing. There's something about you're thinking of going that way, but potentially the environment you're in now, or again, the way you were raised, it was that way. So there's absolutely transition here. And again, something about gender transition is coming through too. Absolutely. With the High Priestess, it's who you really are, but you've remained silent. There is such an element of like victimization here, or someone remaining silent and eventually getting to a point where they're confident enough to come forward with the truth. I think that's what this assessment is. You may have witnessed something in the workplace that went down, Leo, that wasn't right, that wasn't just. And whether it involved you or not, you could have been an innocent bystander, and maybe you didn't speak up, but you are certainly contemplating doing that because you know it's the right thing. And something about that may threaten your livelihood, it may threaten your career, but a lot of you are going to choose to move forward with it anyway because you're seeking, not revenge, though, I mean, maybe that word came out for a reason. You're seeking justice. You're seeking a victory. A lot of you are advocating for the little guy. The little guy may be a pet, it may be a child, it may be your best friend. A lot of you are advocates, and it's because you had to remain silent for so long. This is a really... it's a heavy message. And so some of you may work, maybe you work in the court system or not, you know what I mean, the legal system or something like, again, representing cases of people of certain, you know what I mean. I'm not being eloquent here, but a lot of you are going to be traveling for business. You may get an interview that requires you to travel to a place that's very warm, that's very sunny. The climate is very hot. A lot of you are going to be moving away from a Pisces or moving away from someone that used to scare you. Yeah, there was an intimidation factor, particularly with a Pisces that you didn't trust, or that not disobeyed you, dishonored you. They lost your trust. They violated your trust. You're moving away from them confidently, like, peace out, motherfucker, karma's a bitch. And it is. That Pisces, if it's a Pisces, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. You're moving away from someone who used to be an oppressor or who used to instill fear in you, and you're just like, nope, I'm done. You're moving away like a rock star, Leo. And some of you literally may be rock stars, and I mean, I use that term lightly, musicians. You may be traveling to go on stage or bring your act across the country, your act, something artistic, creative. You may be showing a piece of art in different cities, or going to a gallery. I don't even know what that is. Something about corn. I don't know what to do with that. I know sometimes random ass messages come through. I don't know something about corn. Are you a farmer? I don't know what that is. Is that someone's like nickname? Is that a corny? I don't, makes me think of Corny Collins from Hairspray, right? Who's like a DJ. Maybe some of you are DJs. I don't know what that means, but yeah, something of corn and a Gemini. You playing cornhole? I don't know what the fuck to do with that, Leo. Anyway, I'm going to move on because it doesn't mean anything to me, but all right. You're no longer waiting. You're no longer waiting idly or questioning the timeline of things. You're moving forward despite the odds, despite the circumstances. A lot of people have told you to stop or to yield or to be quiet. A lot of people have tried to silence you. You are changing, you're changing the game. You're progressing the wheel forward. A lot of this may be ancestral karma. This situation at hand may have been repeated throughout your history, throughout your bloodline, and you, Leo, have been chosen to be the one who takes that voyage, right? To right the wrongs of the past of your ancestors. And I'm not saying your ancestors did wrong, but your ancestors may have been oppressed people. Do you understand what I mean? You're headed for the big bucks. You're headed for the... I heard limelight. And again, a lot of you know I'm not a hype man with my cards, but Leo, your cards are very strong, but it's because you're asserting your power where you never have before. You're headed from darkness into the sunlight, which that's your planet, right? The moon to the sun. The moon is in reverse. That's why I was saying this whole rejection of a Pisces or moving away from darkness, moving away from what scares you, right? In the upright, it's the subconscious, it's the unknown. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's saying dreams, right? Maybe you had a scary dream or something in your dream that woke you up. And I said the same thing too. Who did I just do? Pisces. Did I just call you Pisces? It's because of this card if I did, and they actually have the exact same message, so I apologize if I did, Leo. That happens when you're looking at all these zodiac cards, so I'm sorry if I did call you Pisces, but a lot of you are moving away from a Pisces, possibly going towards a Cancer. Some of you are going to visit your family. You're going to visit specifically your grandparents, and again, that may be when you inherit some sort of totem or your grandfather's Bible or your mother's wedding ring or, something of the sort. There's an artifact of home, of family, of childhood. That's the Ten of Pentacles I was telling you about. That's what I mean. A lot of you, you're looking for the missing link or the missing connection. That doesn't have to be a person. That could be the last brick in the pathway you're building to get to stardom, to get to your all-time, big-time career, right? I mean, Ten of Pentacles, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's a money card. That's a great money card. You're headed that way. It might not be here yet, but eyes on the prize. And the key to manifesting whatever it is, all your hopes and dreams and wishes, you have to be able to visualize it first. You have to be able to understand, what would that look like if I were to have all these resources, if I were to have whatever, the fame, the fortune, the followers, the whatever, what would that look like? Could I handle it? Where would I put it? Where would that fit in my life? Can I afford to do it? How would it feel? Would I be overwhelmed? Would it make me happy? Would it make me an egomaniac? Do you understand? There's major assessment of multiple things going on in your life. You're going to go for it. I can tell you that because you have the waiting and waiting and waiting card in reverse. I do like this card. Frequently in the upright, it's a timestamp of, it's going to be a wait. It's going to be 3 weeks. It's going to be 3 months. It's going to be 3 years. It's not. You are refusing to yield to timelines. You're like, this is my goal and I'm going after it. And again, to me, this is a card of victory. This one. This is a card of victory. It's a card of Cancer. It's about balancing your internal dark and light energies, being real chill, being even keeled. Yes, you have a lot to say because you've been silenced for so long, but you're not coming in with Knight of Swords energy where it's just like, I have so much to say and I'm just going to blurt it and blah, 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 blah. That's why you're writing it out first. You do have a lot to say, but there's something about it needs to land correctly with the recipient. You can't just shout it out without a goal or a purpose or an intention. You guys have been manifesting for a while now, and now it's like you're turning these dreams and hopes and wishes into pentacles, into actual physical, tangible building blocks that you can do something with. In your birthday season, Leo, you're moving forward, you're taking action. This, I frequently heard this is a card of Cancer, right? Because it brings us home. Cancers rule the house and home. They are the fourth sign of the zodiac, right? House, home, family. They're the mothers of the zodiac. Then you have it mixed with this, which again is family, generational, things of that sort. There's a connection to home and money. This could certainly be an inheritance, and I'm not predicting this. Some of you may be going home if you recently lost a family member, to reunite with family, to get the family gang back together, in which case there may be some very heavy conversations again about, this is who I used to be, but this isn't who I am anymore. Maybe some of you have an oppressive mother or father who you felt like suffocated you in some way, and now you're like, this is who I am. A lot of you are rebellious. You're little rebels, and again, you went against some sort of conformity or norm that existed in your upbringing, you know? And you're busting free from it, and I gotta be honest, where you're headed is beautiful. There's good money. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Strength, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands, 2 of Cups. Yeah, and I'm not overlooking this card. This is, I mean, yes, I know it's funny. It's Jenny Lewis Tarot, right? Jenny Lewis, so good. Do you guys listen to her? Oh, listen to Jenny Lewis. One of my favorites. Anyway, small plug for her. But this is actually a very serious card. It does talk about anxiety and giving your power up to negative thoughts or, again, oppressors, things, people, situations, yourself, keeping you stuck. So if this is you, this is the only card giving me, like, a little worry. Don't fall into victimhood any longer. And I know that's easier said than done. I'm not trying to be unsympathetic, but this is coming up for a reason. Maybe it's because these are the people you're helping, but if it's you, it's saying you're getting lost in clouded or dark thoughts, but you are going to find a way out. Again, in the upright, that's lost, dark, clouded, uncertainty, scary thoughts, right? That's in reverse. You're no longer waiting there. So there is some sort of moment where you speak. The silent one advocates for themselves. And again, maybe that's your career. Maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you're leading the charge for like Black Lives Matter in your community, right? Maybe you come from a community that isn't always on board with that, or you're doing something very important. It feels very noble. And again, it's going to change the generations. Whether that's you specifically, your bloodline, your family line, it might be a lot bigger than that though. I would not be surprised. Justice, right? 6 of Pentacles, reciprocity, holding the scales of justice, court cases, equilibrium, equalizing society, gender, stereotypes, norms, whatever. Do you know what I mean? You're changing people's perspective to see things in a different way. You're giving people other opportunities to reassess their life or to reassess the way they do things, to reassess the way the business is run, right? The scale of this is going to differ. For some of you, maybe it's just your workplace this is happening. For others of you, maybe this is like a mission. You're going worldwide. You're a missionary. I don't know what you're doing. You're, what is a good word for that? You're a crusader for something. It's positive. You're equaling out the playing field. You're leveling the scales. Unequal distribution of wealth. Hell yeah. You're evening that right out, aren't you, Leo? Yeah, some of you may work in like the judicial system as a judge or doing something with law, legalities, court cases. Again, helping oppressed people. Working with in people who are poverty stricken. Working with people who come from like underdeveloped society, something like that. Yeah, you're acting as Mother Earth. You're acting as the Earth Mother. You may be helping allocate funds and resources, again, for select people who are in need, charity cases, things of that sort. And you're doing it with zest, with fire, with passion. And this is important. You're doing it with a sense of humor, too. I think you recognize that that's a way into people's minds is, I don't want to say sugarcoating it, but you're making it digestible because you know if you want this change and transformation, you can't shove it down people's throats. You have to do it in a way that sparks people's interest, that catches their eye, that makes them want to know more, that offers them an avenue to communicate and participate in the conversation as well. I don't know how else to phrase it. You're doing it in either, I don't know if lighthearted is the right word, but with humor. There's something funny about the way you're doing it, but it doesn't undermine the actual cause you're fighting for. Does that make sense? Leo, stop it. I want to be a billionaire so fucking bad. I hear you guys singing that. Buy all of the things I never had. Should I stop singing? I'm a terrible singer. I'm a terrible singer, but I have no shame because I love to sing. Anyway, sorry. Maybe some of you are singers. Some of you are going on tour. I absolutely see that. And you're traveling to different countries to do it. Okay, and with that, some of you are, or whatever it is, going on tour. It doesn't have to be a musical act. whatever you're doing, you're performing something or showing something, you're setting up charitable causes as you go along where you can collect money and donations for your cause, but you yourself are doing some sort of, again, performance or artistic thing, but behind it you're a crusader. You're doing something good. You're doing something for a good cause. Who's waiting for you? And where are we at? Should we switch over to love? We're going to switch over to love real quick. I'm going to get you one more message on career and finances. If you're looking for jobs, there's going to be an offer from a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag, or someone very spiritual and creative. Someone who's very excited to have you on their team. And it's a match made in heaven. You guys... it's like a good, I don't even want to say yin to your yang, because you're actually very similar. It's not that whole opposites attract. You guys think and feel and do things very similarly, and there's harmony in that relationship. Okay, so the message about doing something with humor, some of you don't understand that. It's because you're struggling because there's an important message you want to spread, but you haven't found the right catalyst, the right outlet to do so. It says you're still contemplative about it. The messages will come, so don't feel like you have to force it. Let it develop organically. You're gonna know when the iron's hot, you gotta strike. When the idea comes to you and you feel motivated and driven to act on it, that's a sign that you're supposed to go with it. If it's lots of obstacles and lots of challenges, it's not saying you can't do it, but with that, it's like, sit back. Because you may actually be making it more difficult for yourself than it needs to be. Yeah. It's either going to come easily, or if there's obstacles, take that as a sign from the universe. It's not quite time to come in yet. It might be a delay in the timeline of it, but that doesn't mean it's not going to. The Knight of Wands will find a way. That's you, Leo. Some of you may work at a job where it's very, again, traditional uniforms. I'm almost getting like hotel concierge or something. It doesn't have to be that, but there's something where there's a strict uniform, or dress code maybe is the right thing. You're either attending an event where people are dressed like that or are required to wear such a thing, or you are exiting a place, again, because it's way too traditional. It's way too, there's too much conformity, or you don't agree with the what they preach. I heard they don't practice what they preach, but maybe that's why you're leaving. Yeah, you're on your way towards 10 of Cups, potentially with a Pisces. And again, helping families who are victims of something, or again, people who are not emotionally stable, you're helping to help them course correct. And it's a victory. A lot of you may work with cars in the auto industry or car parts or something like that. There's 10 of Cups there, so maybe that's your family business that you're getting involved with. Maybe you're fixing motorbikes or doing something with vehicles involving transportation. So again, that could be your tour bus if you're the whole rock star thing. And maybe that's what you're trying to manifest. If that's the case, well, fucking manifest it, because yeah, that looks really good. But yes, something about automobiles, transportation, planes, trains, and automobiles, right? Something about that is coming through here, and it's connected to the 10 of Cups, but it's also, there's delay there. So if you're traveling, maybe it's just saying there's going to be delays. You're going to get a flat tire. Make sure you're not, your gas tank isn't on empty. There's something about you're going to get there, but there's delays in transportation. Or again, it has to do with family travel or the family business in some capacity. All right, let's switch over to love and romance. Love and marriage. All right. Are we doing okay for time? These are long videos. Good Lord. These are going to be short love messages, right? Because I do weekly love messages. So if you're looking for something more extensive, check all those out. There's really no time limit to when they are good. Click on one. That's your intuition telling you that's the video for you. All right. Yeah, there's love with a Leo. Or you're just really focused on your self-love right now. But yeah, for a lot of you, you might be with a Leo and you may be thinking about having a baby. Or thinking back to your childhood, a childhood Leo, a Leo that was significant in your childhood. Maybe a water sign, but there's love there. There's an outpouring of love. Some of you are sad because you're waiting on messages from a Virgo, and the Virgo was more about that sex, but I'm not sure they were in it for the long term. And yeah, you're feeling some type of way about it. You feel used. You're in your head, you're in your emotions, and you're feeling kind of bitter, and you resent them, and rightfully so. I gotta be honest, I think you were dealing with a player, but it's like they hit it and quit it, and they kind of left you to pick up the pieces. Oh, okay, and so for some of you, there may have been like a pregnancy involved, and same message. It's like it got too real for them, and then they pieced out, and you're like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, that's kind of coming up there, too. For others of you, there is a female water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, that they're definitely considering some magic with you, whether you're male or female. There's flirtation, but you seem to be too focused on your spiritual path, or you maybe can't pursue that relationship because you're traveling away from them. Spirit is saying, I wouldn't give up on that entirely, because yes, you might be traveling, you might be moving, you might be this or that or the other thing. Something about that path may come into the future, but it's not here yet. Tell me about this Leo, the Leo, if there's a Leo involved. Who's the one who likes to ride horses? Is that with your Aries? Your Taurus. Yeah, there's marriage. There's marriage with either a Taurus or an Aries, possibly a Leo. A lot of Leo energy. There's a victory and 2 aces of cups and marriage. These are great cards, you guys. So anyone looking for love and marriage and the baby carriage, that's here. Again, it's probably, if you're not with someone right now, Leo, that's probably not your message. Not to say it never could be, but you know. And I mean, okay, so for some of you, if this whole scenario with a water sign involved pregnancy, but you guys weren't really a thing, there might actually be some commitment there. I hate to say it, but if a child comes out of it, your water sign will probably step up and I don't know how you want to say it, be a responsible adult, for lack of a better term. Yeah. The Virgo, I'm not sure about, and I love my Virgos. I'm not hating on the Virgos, but as I said, Virgo, it's like move on. This is not. Some of you feel like you're having trouble dating because you're living with your parents, or you're living with a brother or a sister, and so if you wanted to like hang out with your crush, with your significant other, you feel like you have to do it in a very like secretive way. A lot of you just want to go out and party. A lot of you are getting out of a relationship with someone who you thought was your long-term person, and it ended up not being that, and so you are drinking till the cows come home. So yeah, watch your alcohol intake, just word to the wise, go out and have fun, live your best life. It's your birthday season, right? But yeah, there's potential for a habit to be unhealthy, particularly with alcohol, so just be wary of that, yeah. And okay, the reason that's coming out is because if you overindulge in alcohol, you guys are going to reach out to an ex. The universe is saying, nope. And you know who that is, Leo. I don't know who that is, but you know who it is. It's saying if you drink too much, you're going to reach out to your ex. And that is something you were meant to walk away from. You were meant to move on from it. Yeah, it's like don't... idle hands are the devil's playpen, I just heard. Sorta, more or less. Let's get you some messages about this birthday party. I think that's you. Must be, right? It's your birthday season. Golden Girls Tarot, because why not? You're going out to celebrate your birthday, and maybe you're not, right? I mean, I know some people are staying at home and being very safe, and good for you guys. I support that totally, but maybe you're hanging out with your family. 10 of Cups. Ooh. Your sweetheart is planning some sort of fun dinner or fun celebration for you. If you already have a person for your birthday, it's probably the one you're married to. You have Leo in your life. Yes, you are Leo. I'm acknowledging that, but you're getting all the Leo cards. That says to me you're dealing with multiple Leos. Maybe your whole family is Leos, right? But there's a Leo that's going to help you celebrate your birthday. Or there's going to be a reconciliation in Leo season with an Aries. 100% with an Aries. 2 cards of Aries. This is someone who holds back on their emotions, but they are a deep well of emotions. Of passion. Sorry, did you guys just witness me inhaling my own spit? That's what happened there. They're a deep well of passion, of warmth, but they don't wear it on their sleeve. They're a bit of a mystery, but they do like you. Yeah, you're Aries in particular. Aries and Leo is looking very strong. There might be an engagement or wedding bells with an Aries or a Leo. But yeah, move away from the ex that's playing head games with you, or the one who just is the one who's using you for sex. And again, not everybody is looking for long-term relationships. Some people are perfectly happy, bachelor, bachelorette. That's fine. I'm not here to tell you to not do that. I'm saying when it starts fucking with your head because you caught feelings for someone and it's not reciprocated, you have to walk away. That's a sign. Nope, that's not a good pairing. You know, if the efforts being put into the relationship are unmatched, right, Leo? That's kind of common sense, right? And a lot of you, even if you don't have prospects, it's saying just be real chill. Like, enjoy the lull because you do have an Ace of Cups coming in. If you are completely single, no prospects, no flirtations, no crushes, there's an Ace of Cups coming in for you. It might be with a Taurus. In fact, the next person you date, you might end up marrying, and it might move very quickly. So don't be frustrated by the calm. Enjoy the calm. Enjoy the peace of mind that you're not having to be all crazy and, you know, make plans around other people. Like, just do you. Some of you are going to take yourself on a vacation for your birthday. That's cute. Or your mother. And I know some of you are like, ugh. But there actually may be something valuable to be gained by spending extra time with your mother, your aunt. It's female. It's very female. I don't know why, it just is. Words of wisdom may be passed down to you that it's like initially you might not fully understand what the message is there. But yeah, it has to do with long-term love. That's what I mean. The next Ace of Cups, particularly if you are completely single, it might just lead to your 10 of Cups. It might lead to very long-term happiness, potentially with a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Yeah, let go of the bullshit. Release that person who's making you do all the work and effort. It's not worth it. Underneath that, you have Taurus or marriage. So this might be related to a Taurus or a loveless marriage, right? Could also say when you drop the person who's a pain in the ass, the one who's making you do all the work, you might just meet someone who's willing to commit to you for life. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Leo, that's what I got for you. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot, and have a phenomenal birthday. Bye, guys.